Welcome back to Leadership from the Kitchen. My name is Wendy Ellis Green with P31 Consulting and P31 Academy. And today's lesson comes from a very unlikely teacher sitting right here on my counter. It's my Amazon Alexa. This little device has been quietly demonstrating powerful leadership principles every single day. I think it's time we learned a little bit of leadership from it. So my Alexa right here, kind of big. My family knows you put your shopping list items on it and they get purchased. If they're not on there, don't complain to me. Right. But you might be wondering what a smart speaker like this could possibly teach us about leadership. But think about it. This device has been successfully managing hundreds of requests of mine and my family's. It also coordinates different systems, other smart devices around the house, and it also manages the relationships throughout my household. I can call another device for one that's in one of my children's bedrooms or out in the garage if someone's out there. So it sounds like a lot of what we do as leaders, doesn't it? Let me show you what I mean. First, notice how the Alexa is always ready to listen. It doesn't have office hours or get annoyed when someone asks it the same question or request over and over and over and over again. It's always ready. And I think Amazon calls it continuous availability. It's present and it's responsive regardless of time or how many times you make the same request. Now, think about yourself as a leader. Are you that way? As leaders, we're often selective about offering our availability to our teams. Think about it. Like if there is something new that you're excited to work on, we're enthusiastic. But if it's something routine, we become impatient. Or even like throughout the duration of your day, in the morning, you might be excited, but by the afternoon, you might be dismissive. The Alexa teaches us that consistent responsiveness builds trust and reliability in our leadership presence to our team. Now, let's think about this. While the Alexa is always listening, it also only responds when it is specifically activated. It doesn't interrupt every conversation or interject itself into every discussion that we're having around it. Although occasionally it might say something out of turn. We've all experienced that with it. But this is what strategic listening is. It's being present without being intrusive. When's the last time you were invited to a meeting by your team and you sat and listened? Sometimes that is our role as leaders. Have you also noticed that it doesn't matter how many times I say the name Alexa? It hasn't jumped in to ask me what I need. It's because I changed its response name. Now, watch what happens when I engage with it. Echo, what's the weather?
The current weather is 83 degrees Fahrenheit with most of the sunny sky. Throughout the day, you can expect more the same, and a high of 93 degrees and a low of 74 degrees.
Notice the response. It acknowledged, it processed, it clearly communicated, and then it returned to listening. There was no elaboration, no attitude or ego. It just simply responded to my request. And at this point, there was no attempt to extend that conversation unnecessarily. Alexa also demonstrates something crucial about modern leadership. It doesn't pretend to know everything. When I ask something beyond its knowledge, it says it doesn't know and perhaps even offers suggestions about where I might go to find that information. It doesn't bluff. It doesn't provide uncertain, unclear, or false information because it wants me to remain confident in it and confident in what it can do. Perhaps most importantly, this Alexa seamlessly coordinates multiple systems. I explained a little bit about that earlier as I was introducing it, and it can adjust my thermostat. It can play music. It can order groceries. It can control my lights outside, all while maintaining simple interactions with me. The system is thinking and action. It's managing complexity through real, true, and honest simplicity. But something even more interesting about it, Alexa personalizes its responses based on the voice recognition. When I spoke to it earlier, it said, "Good morning, Wendy." It knows whether I'm asking for my calendar or my husband is asking for his. It adapts its service to the individual while still offering the same consistent core functionality. Do you do this with your teams? Does each member of your team get that same great version of you? Or do you give someone that's more favored a little bit more? This is advanced leadership, providing individualized attention within your availability. Your team members need personalized leadership approaches, but they need to also know that the same organizational frameworks behind you are available to them through you. Now, Alexa can also handle interruptions gracefully. Someone says, like, Alexa, stop in the middle of playing the music, it stops immediately, doesn't it? It doesn't ask why you stopped it, right? It doesn't give any resistance to it. That's a great principle. Great leaders know when to pause their own agenda to address the immediate concerns and interruptions their teams need or have. And something very subtle about this Alexa, it never takes credit. It doesn't say, I found it, or I turned on your lights for you. It simply facilitates the results. The best leaders often lead from behind, enabling others' success to be spotlighted and them in the shadows. So here's the leadership insight that hits hardest, I believe, when it comes to thinking about Alexa. Its power isn't in its individual capabilities, it's in the integration. It connects Amazon's vast ecosystem and the third parties and smart home devices into one seamless experience for me. I have other devices that are outside that it's connected to, but for me, it's all going through this system. Think about it. Your leadership power isn't just in your personal skills. It's how effectively you integrate the diverse team and talents that you have, along with the organizational resources and external partners or partnerships you might have, into a cohesive result, outcome, or system that everyone can benefit. So your leadership challenge for this week is to do an Alexa audit of your own leadership style. Now, think about a few of these questions. Are you consistently available for your team, or do you have unpredictable office hours? Do you listen strategically without being intrusive? When you don't know something, do you admit it, then seek the resources or the opportunities to learn and then share what you've learned? Or do you share those resources with your team so that they can learn as well? Are you integrating your team's diverse capabilities and experiences seamlessly to create a successful, welcoming, and innovative environment? And most importantly, are you making sure you facilitate success without others needing credit? The most powerful leaders, like the most effective technology, become nearly invisible, not because they're absent, but because they make everything around them work so seamlessly. Until next time, keep cooking up great leadership by staying present, responsive, and integrated. Echo, thank you.
Absolutely. Happy to help. Happy Tuesday.